What's up, guys? My name's AJ, or some of you guys know me as Busu Kimchi through some of my other social platforms. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know I have a Mark 1 Cabriolet that is a 16 valve, 1.8 built motor to 2.0 and turboed and all the good stuff. So for those of you that have been following me for a while, you've seen this car on my pages before, and if you're new, welcome. This is my Mark 1 Cabriolet. The car was originally built by my father when I was a kid, and it's kind of been in the family forever. And then about a year and a half ago now, I'd say, the head gasket randomly blew up out of nowhere, and tons of white smoke and all that shit. And the car has sat since, and the car was well overdue for some maintenance and just like a kind of refresh in its entirety. And so I'm now starting this series to document the rebuild of this car. You can't see it. I'll throw in B-roll. The motor is currently pulled apart. I'm very concerned about how this rebuild is going to go because the head has began to rust, the cylinder sleeve has began to rust, and that same chocolate milk oil from when the head gasket blew up has been in the oil pan for the past year and a half. It's just been a lot going on, and so this car has just not been touched really, as unfortunate it is. But summer goal, I want this car done within a month to a month and a half because I have a full set of bags for my daily and I want to build up my daily. So I want to get this done so I can build my daily. That's my pure motivation factor currently. And my camera overheated and cut off and I kind of forgot where I left off. But yeah, so basically I am rebuilding the car because it is well overdue one to be rebuilt because this poor car needs to be driven. And so I remember driving this car a lot. It was always tons of fun to drive, and I miss driving honestly, especially right now. It's summer. I really want to have this car running by the end of June, hopefully mid-July. I especially want it done by fall because fall weather is the best weather to drive this car in. It is super enjoyable. It's great. So the issue I'm running into now is when my father had built the car, not a single bolt on this car was left unturned. So nothing on this car is bolt on and be done. Nothing on this car is take apart and figure it out. So I'm having to figure out a lot of it because the internals came from an Audi Trans Am car when he had built it, and it's a Porsche turbo, and the car is a combination of 100 different things that were thrown together at the time. So car made great power. It was super reliable, and it was always a lot of fun until one day the head gasket just blew for no reason. I truthfully think the car had sat for too long, and the head gasket just rotted and gave out, which really sucks. But the goal is to get it back up and running and being able to enjoy the car again and get it out to shows. The goal is to be able to tow it with my GTI, the Mark 7 daily, and be able to take it all across the country to shows. That's kind of the long-term end goal, and I'm really excited to start the process. Like I said, the head's already pulled off and all that, and we're going to start evaluating. I got to drop the oil pan tomorrow and go through all of that, but I'm very excited to get this process started and kind of see where it goes, because this is new to me. I never really have built I've never done a full motor build. So it's a new experience for me, and I'm hoping to want to walk through it. The 16 valve is, of course, an older motor. It has its own issues. It's hard to find parts for. So the other issue I'm going to run into is being able to find parts if things have failed. I have tons of parts from my father. My camera overheated again. It keeps doing that. So we do have a ton of parts left over from the car was built originally. Like I said, it's a culmination of a couple different cars. So that will come in handy. The other thing I'm going to run into now is whether or not I want to try to salvage the 16 valve and rebuild a 16 valve. I personally do because it's a really cool motor. It holds a lot of Volkswagen heritage to it, and it was just super cool. The other thing I can do is switch over to a 1.8T or somehow try to fit an E8 888 motor in there and do that, but that's a lot of wiring, and I really don't want to do all that. Other option is VR6, which is very common for these cars, and they're not drop-in, but they are overall pretty easy from what I've seen. I have a couple of friends who have done it, and it seems not terrible. So that is another option that I do have, but I just kind of want to do this video as a beginning of the series of the Volkswagen rebuild. I have it up on jack stands, head pulled. I probably should have recorded that, but it is what it is. But really excited to start the process and kind of see where it goes from here and learn and make some friends along the way, as they all say. But yeah, that's it. And so I should have the next video up in a couple days, diving in further. It is currently 8:37, so I'm done for today and call it there for today and get back to it tomorrow, and hopefully good things only, because I would love to salvage this motor and not have to swap the motor, because it would save me time and money, and that would be amazing. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. Um, After the ending, I'm probably gonna throw in my. I'll throw in snippets of me trying to jack up the car, because it was kind of funny, because I was struggling to find jack points and all that because it's dark and low. But yeah, so I'll throw in little boopers at the end. But yeah, hope you guys tune back in to keep watching the build series. I'm really excited. The goal is to get it show ready. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop yapping. See you guys.